We are back with Aviary Attorney, an amusing game full of puns and legitimate drama. We closed our first case, but where do we go from here? It left a bitter taste in our mouths. I guess we have little choice but to continue. January 7th, 1848. The Palais de Louvre. Let us be reasonable, senors. I am sure that this is a simple misunderstanding. There is no misunderstanding. In the name of the king, arrest that Spaniard! Oh my goodness. It is so weird to see clearly human hands. Act 2. A fox among wolves. I knew Falcon wouldn't feel like turning up to the office on Friday. But now it's midday on Monday, and there's still no sign of him. This is becoming a little concerning. I should go look for him. I'll wait around a little. We've waited around, so I'll go look for him. I should probably go find him. His home would be a good place to start, but the bird brain never gave me his address. Hello there, Dragon Ace. Good evening and welcome to the stream. How's it going? I'll just have to find him the hard way. Okay, so multiple places to look, but... The chateau, which now is sans barren. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Duhat. Oh, okay. I wonder if this is, like, would anything have happened if we'd outed her as a thief? Down here. Oh, there you are. It's Sparrowson, right? That's right. I heard about the case you were involved in. I never would have thought that the Baron was a murderer. He always treated me with the utmost respect. But then I suppose it makes sense that the most ruthless killers are the ones who can put up the best facade. Yup. Yeah, I suppose so. Say, how's your friend doing? He seemed a little down last night. Oh, you've seen him? Yes, he was brooding in the corner of Le Canard Joyeux, mumbling and drinking. It was a little depressing, to be perfectly honest. Le Canard Joyeux, that's the dingy student bar on Rue Jean, right? It's not dingy, just a little rustic. In any case, it's an enormous help. Thanks, mademoiselle. Anytime, Sparrowson. I really love the panning up and down. Okay, we have replaced the manor with this place. Need to pick me up? Come along to Madame Coinel's Student Tavern on Rue Jean. You're always welcome. Okay. Let's see how this place looks. Sparrowson steps to the doors of Le Canard Joyeux, the dingiest student tavern in all of Paris. His nostrils fill with the pungent aroma of sour wine and bitter tobacco. Well, ruffle my feathers if it isn't little Sparrowson. I haven't seen you... What? Oh. Little typo here. I haven't seen you in years. Whoops. How are you doing, hun? Oh, okay, Winterburn, Le Canard Joyeux, the happy duck. Fair enough. I'm feeling pretty good, Mano Quinel. Thanks for asking. I'm actually here to find a friend. He's a big guy named J.J. Falcon. Falcon? Yep, that sorry lump has been here all weekend. He's just been moaning and muttering to himself all weekend. Frankly, he's bringing the whole atmosphere down. I'll take care of him. Thanks, Mano Quinel. It's no problem, hun. He's probably still in the corner of the drinking room upstairs. Oh, that's so cool. I get to choose once again. Alright. The drinking room. Although there is the card room, but the drinking room. I love it. I love it. No sign of him. Oh. Mon Dieu! I almost stepped on the big fellow. Falcon? What are you doing on the floor? Hey, Falcon, wake up! Wow, the bird's completely out cold. He must have drunk this place dry. Let's see, how do you wake a drunk person? Kick him, yet pour a drink on his head. Well, I guess it's time for a rude awakening. Wakey, wakey. He's up. Oh, man. Ah, good. You're up. Are you with us, Falcon? Yeah. Feeling sober? We should probably head back to the Aviary office. We should probably head back to the Aviary office so we could get some work done. I don't understand it, Sparrowson. Huh? I thought I did everything right. I followed all the procedures, I found all the evidence, I presented the case beautifully. And yet, a guilty feline walks free while an innocent man sits in custody. What went wrong? Where's the justice? I don't know versus we need to try harder. Or versus, nothing. Chad, do you have a preference for what we should say? I just don't know where the justice is, or try harder, or just let it sit? Because all of these are kind of reasonable answers. I myself am conflicted with a couple of them. I do see leaning into just saying nothing. I see try harder. We got a bit of a division here. Okay. We're leaning toward try harder. Alright. Maybe we need to try harder? Try harder? I don't know if we messed up, or if the system messed up, or what, but we just have to do our best as lawyers, I suppose. Maybe if we work hard enough, we could stop mess-ups from happening again. Sorry, Falcon, I don't have the answers, but what I do have is freshly baked croissants from Pierre's Boulangerie. Croissants? Yep, they're waiting for you back at the Aviary. I'm sitting here, moping about justice, and you offer me croissants. Well, it's not just croissants. I got some pain au chocolat, too. I could go for pain au chocolat. Fantastic! Then let's make a move. This game says that a lot. Let's make a move. That's like their big thing. Alright, hooray! Alright, I admit it. These croissants are amazing. Oh god, what does this remind me of? It might have been a stand-up or something. But like, in America we call them croissants. Unless, you know, like, you just lean really hard into it. Like, I like a cup of coffee, a donut, and a croissant. It's like, dude, alright. I get it, but, like, you're not French. I told you. Pierre's Boulangerie on Rue Verte. There's something else. Oh, that reminds me. The baker told me something interesting. Do you know what they call pains au chocolat in America? Oh, don't tell me. It's not a Royale au chocolat, because they use the imperial system over there. Perhaps it's a quarter pounder au chocolat. Do I have that right? They don't call them pains au chocolat? Nope. Pronunciation difficulties. American is a whole other language. So what do they call them? Chocolate croissants. Wow. I thought we were the small ones. Why is it that the mouse is the size of an actual mouse and everyone else is just whatever? Hello? Chocolate croissants. What do they call profiteroles? Oh, I think those are still profiteroles, but rather than custard, they fill them with ice cream and smother them in melted chocolate. I actually genuinely am wondering if there's a Pulp Fiction thing. Like, what do they call Big Macs? Oh, a Big Mac's a Big Mac, but, Le Big Mac. Simply outstanding. Is this the Aviary attorney? Can I speak to someone, please? Well, what do they call crepes? Excuse me! Did you just hear something, Sparrowson? Down here! Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you, little one? Oh gosh, where to start? Your name, perhaps? Mousy. My name is Mousy. And what can we do for you, Monsieur Mousy? I have this friend, and he has fallen under some legal turbulence. Legal turbulence? You mean he's been arrested? Yes, I suppose so. They're saying he's a murderer, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it! That's quite a problem. I know! Oh, but I forgot to mention, he's the Prince of Spain. The Prince of Spain? And you didn't think that was worth mentioning from the start? I forgot! I must ask, Mousy, why did you come to us? I would have thought that the Spanish royal family would hire legal counsel with a little more... not terribleness? Expertise. Oh, the prince has great faith in your lawyering skills, Monsieur Falcon. He said that your reputation as a lawyer was renowned. Really? The prince said that? This is a great opportunity, Falcon. Surely you wouldn't deny a request from the Prince of Spain. Of course not. Meh. That's a riot. Of course not. We'll take the case. Meh. Of course we'll take the case. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We have royalty to defend. That's the spirit. Good luck to you, messieurs. You aren't coming with us, Mousy? I have other matters to attend to. But Prince Juan is being held in the conciergerie. I'm sure he'll fill in all the details. Prince of Spain, we have a Spainer in the works. Oh boy. Right, let's make a move then. Okay, this is an interesting situation. Yeah, no, okay, it's just places we've already been. Good day, monsieur. Oh, it's you two again. Hey, nice work on Lady Kitten's trial. Baron Rogel is pacing around a cell right now, ranting about wringing your neck. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's super mad, but hey, a criminal's a criminal, right? If the lion didn't want a death sentence, he probably shouldn't have killed a guy. Oh, you're not here to defend him, are you? Because that would be hilarious. We're actually here to see Prince Juan Querido, heir to the throne of Spain. The mouthy fox, huh? That guy's driving me nuts with his señores and his flamboyant attitude. I say the sooner he hangs, the better. Jeez. Well, come on then, while we're young. That's the second time he walks away and has to call us in. The Prince of Spain, I presume. Alright, let me... That's my wallet. Did that... 59 francs, I got money. I actually got paid. Okay, so... Oh. I thought A would... Yeah, A just makes it go away. Alright. So, we got this. We got them. Okay, so Quanelle, this Dodo, is the motherly landlady and manager of Le Canard Joyeux. So Dodo, she shouldn't be around. Didn't they go extinct in like the 1600s? Mousy, a small and soft-spoken assistant. Well, and we're going to get Mr. Fox in just a moment. And I think, isn't Zorro actually the word for fox? Yes, it's such cliche music to use. Indeed, I am Juan Querido, heir to the throne of España, and you must be the legendary lawyer, Senor J.J. Falcon. Well, I wouldn't say legendary. I wouldn't even say notable. Such humility. I would expect nothing less from renowned individuals such as yourselves. But let us get down to business. I trust that my compañero, Mousy, explained the situation? He told us that you have been accused of murder, but we need some further details before we can start our investigation. Of course. What is it that you wanted to know? Tell us about the murder. To be honest, Prince Juan, I'm a little confused as to how a member of royalty could get in so much trouble. Oh, end of the 17th century? So yeah, 1600s. Assuming we're correct with our estimations. Could you walk us through your activities on the day of the murder? Of course. Let me see. Where to begin? It was the cold and misty morning of the 7th of January. I had heard that King Louis Philippe was unveiling a new painting at the Palais de Louvre, and I wished to meet the man himself. So, after a brief stroll and picnic in Tuileries Garden, I entered the palace. I found the royal entourage in the Louvre's Grand Gallery. When I saw an opportunity, I presented a humble gift to the king. Oh, okay, and this game takes pleasure in fitting music. As an example, there's an orchestral suite that features circus animals, and naturally the game uses those animal tracks for said animal characters. Good stuff! A rose. An international symbol of passion and virtue. How romantic. But before the king could take it, a rather rude person snatched it from my fingers. It was a royal guard, a dog by the name of Major Howl. Ouch! Cried out Major Howl. I have pricked myself upon the thorns of this dastardly flower. And then the Major slumped to the floor, his face turned blue, his mouth frothed, and he died. He died straight away after being pricked? Straight away, senor. It's obvious that the pricked finger was the cause of death, but I don't know of any poison that acts so fast. Nor do I, Senor Falcon. But clearly the police felt that poison upon the rose's thorns was the only logical explanation. And with so many witnesses, even the king himself, what could I say to defend myself? So where did this rose come from? I acquired it from a beautiful Parisian flower seller at Les Halles Markets. A girl by the name of Catherine Marie Signe, if I'm saying that right? But surely you're not suggesting that the flower girl applied the poison herself, Senor Falcon? Well, I'm not making any accusations yet. I'm just planning to explore every line of inquiry. Poisoned rose has been added to your evidence folder. Yeah, he might have been allergic to the flower, that'd be interesting. Did you want to ask something else, Senor Falcon? Well, hang on a moment. Oh, whoops, that's the... Well, I could still look him up. There he is, the flamboyant Prince of Spain, on trial for the murder of Major Howl and of conspiracy to kill the king. And here's Major Howl, a royal guard who was killed in the Louvre's Grand Gallery, allegedly by a rose handed to him by Prince Juan. Okay. And... Poisoned rose. Major Howl took a rose from Prince Juan. The thorns of the rose were supposedly... Yeah, we don't even know that. Coated in poison. Okay. Why are you in Paris? What were you reading? Well, I'll do what were you reading. What were you reading before we so rudely interrupted? Ah, this book. It is a Spanish classic. Don Quixote of La Mancha. Do you know it? I do know it. It's arguably the first novel ever. Not the first story, but maybe the first novel, written in the 1500s by Miguel de Cervantes. It is a legitimately funny book. I've read it. It's a strange story. I don't know whether I'm supposed to be laughing or crying over the hero's misadventures. Indeed, it's easy to read the book as a comedy, but when I look around, I can't help but see all the people who think themselves as knights. Yeah, when it comes down to it, the man is just delusional and everyone is humoring him. Like, on one hand, he's just a weirdo old man who's cosplaying as a knight, but on the other hand, he does have a lance. So, it would be like if I wanted to bring back the good old days. Like, where's my great-grandfather's Civil War cavalry saber? I'll do good with my sword. You know, I look like an idiot, but, like, I'm holding a sword, like a real sword. Yeah, the musical's got good music. I have seen the musical, The Man of La Mancha. It's very good. Been a long time. I have no idea what you two are prattling on about. I will say this, by the way. The book actually had a laugh-out-loud moment for me. Like, I don't always laugh out loud at things, even when I find them funny. But from reading, that is exceedingly rare. Not a book lover, Senor Sparrowson? I dabble, it's just most of my reading material tends to be on the lighter side, nice and pulpy. I see. Well, how about this, Senor Sparrowson? I will lend you this book. Maybe you will have a chance to read it, and then you will be able to join in our conversation. It's a reasonably long book. Thank you. I'll keep it in my bathroom, for toilet reading material, of course. Alright. El Ingenioso Hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha has been added to your evidence folder. Oh, I can't wait. A book Prince Juan gave us to read. On close examination, page 44 seems to be missing. I mean, there are different publications, so I can't go, oh, let me get a copy of the book and look it up. But that is interesting. This is why you check your stuff. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Why are you in Paris? Why did you come to Paris, Prince Juan? And yeah, the Lord of La Mancha comes up in Quantum Leap, which is why I've heard of it. Wow. You know something? I haven't watched Quantum Leap, even though I know it was like the big show from when I was a kid. I just know kind of what happens. I was on a diplomatic mission. Well, if this is a consularship, then where's the ambassador? I do not know whether you are familiar with current events, but you may have heard that my country is in a state of turmoil. Contenders for the Spanish throne are slandering, plotting, backstabbing. It's chaos, and the people are suffering. So I thought if I could befriend some French royalty, perhaps even the king himself, maybe I could strengthen my family's name. With the Querido dynasty restored, I would have a chance at bringing peace to my beautiful nation. Welp, I guess that plan's gone out the window. Sparrowson, don't be rude. No, he is right. I failed terribly. Don't fret, Prince Juan. We'll do everything in our power to clear your name. Maybe once the dust is settled, you will have another opportunity to speak with King Louis Philippe and complete your mission. Thank you, Senor Falcon. I am sure you will do your best. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? No, I think that's everything. Thank you. What's the plan, Big Bird? Well, we have 2 lines of inquiry. We should head to the scene of the crime, the Palais de Louvre, and see if we could find any clues or witnesses. And we should interview the flower girl in Les Halles to market to see if she has anything to say about this alleged poisoned rose. 2 tasks spread over for 6 days. This almost sounds too easy. Let's not get complacent. Good luck, senores. Oh boy, we got moves. Wait a minute, Falcon. What is it? Did something seem off about Prince Juan to you? I don't know. What do you say, Chad? Seemed nice, quite a character, seemed off. Did you notice anything about him? Oh, Winterburn, page 44, still in the intro? That's kind of funny. It might be nothing. It might not be about the passage. Maybe the paper is wrapped up, something is wrapped in the paper. Anyway, I see a nod for he's quite a character, which he kind of is. Just chilling and reading Don Quixote. I guess they let him keep some reading material. And I love that he's reading, like, the most Spanish book ever written. He didn't seem nervous enough to give them the circumstances. He's certainly a character. Alright, he's quite a character. He seems colorful to me. Throwing roses, spouting about literature. Juan's one suave Spaniard. Maybe I misread him. Well, look, if this is bothering you, then we could always ask around. Maybe someone in the city knows Juan's dirty secret. If he actually has anything to hide, that is. Yeah, let's dig up the dirt. But we've still got a trial to prepare for. Priorities, Sparrowson? Interesting. A new day, January 10th. 11th? Oh boy, I have places to go, although, remember, I can go to these 3 places as much as I want, but time will pass once I go to any of these places. I will go to the Palais de Louvre. It's a world-famous hub for artists, scholars, and historians. Falcon and Sparrowson make their way to the Place du Carrousel, the courtyard just north of the Louvre's Grand Gallery. That's the Arc de Triomphe over there, right? I swear it's smaller than how I remember it. That's the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel, you doofus. The big Arc de Triomphe is up the road. What? No way! Why are there 2? Because when a man like Napoleon invades half of Europe, he gets to build as many triumphal arches as he damn well pleases. That's a good line. Cocorico? Well, I never expected to see you here. This one's for JJ. That arrogant voice. Good day, Severin. Let's be civil, JJ. Why don't you introduce me to your new assistant? Fine. Severin, this is Sparrowson, my assistant. Sparrowson, this is Severin Cocorico, the most pompous prosecutor in Paris. Oh, are you 2 old-school friends or something? More like arch-rivals. Please, JJ, I think arch-rival implies some sort of competition. Damn. As I recall, we've met in court on 5 occasions, and on 5 occasions did you get humiliated terribly. I'm amazed a failing bird brain like you is still able to get clients. Actually, Severin, business has never been better. I'll have you know that I am currently being employed by the Prince of Spain, no less. The Prince of Spain? Juan Querido? Well, this is quite an amusing coincidence. Don't tell me. Correct. I am the prosecutor for the very same case. It is a pity that the Spanish prince will indubitably hang, but I suppose that is what he gets for hiring a bird brain to represent him. Isn't... No, okay, undoubtedly. That does check out. Okay, we're good. Don't call me bird brain. You're the only bird brain here, Severin. Tuh! One always speaks badly when one has nothing to say. Voltaire. Uh-oh, he's giving you the verbal smackdown. Quick, Falcon, make a witty retort. Huh? Oh, yeah. The jerk store called... I'll rubber your glue. Come on. Alright, chat. What do you want? I'm rubber and your glue. I don't agree with what you say. A witty saying proves nothing. I don't think any of these is a winner, but I want to see what you have to say. I would love to engage in a battle of wits with you, but I'm afraid you are unarmed. Witty, witty. We're leaning a little toward witty. Slightly toward rubber, which kind of cracks me up, but witty saying proves nothing. Which is, I guarantee he's going to respond, that's because you don't have anything witty to say. A witty saying proves nothing. Voltaire. Oh! Very good, JJ. A worthy riposte. Really? Was that legitimately? Wow. But enough talk. Have at you. If you, Miss Sears, would excuse me, I have a case to prepare for. I can't believe that was a legitimately witty response. Yeah, you fight like an egg farmer. How appropriate. You fight like a hen. JJ, Sparrowson, I'll see you two in court. Ugh. I can't stand that guy. He did seem like a bit of a cockerel. Ha 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 ha. But is it true what he said? You know, that he trounced you in court 5 times? I can't deny it. Severin has a reputation as a ruthlessly thorough prosecutor. Mountains of evidence. Surprise witnesses. It's no wonder he always manages to one-up me. But this time will be different, right? I hope so. I know so, for you see... I stole this annotated map of the Louvre out of Cocorico's pocket when he was busy rattling off Voltaire quotes. Sparrowson, that's pretty impressive. Pretty illegal. Chat, what should I do with this one? I mean, it's both. Do we have a preference? I do love, though, that he was able to snap a Voltaire right back at him. Pretty petty. Illegal. We are kind of divided on this one, aren't we? It looks like we're slightly leaning toward pretty cool. You're pretty good. Pretty impressive, actually. I swear you were standing 3 meters away the whole time. You tall birds are so busy with your head in the clouds that you don't ever notice a small folk running around your feet. Well, that's certainly true. Pinching Cocorico's pocket was like taking candy from a very tall baby. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, I will. Or I won't. It's not evidence, it's a plot item. I see. This map shows the entire Louvre area, everything from Tuileries to the Rue de Louvre. Most convenient. We're currently standing here in the Place de Carrousel, and these penned-in arrows seem to show the route taken by the king's entourage, which means that the king first went... here, through the Salle de Tibre, and then here into the Grand Gallery where the murder occurred. Didn't Prince Juan say that he spent the morning in the Tuileries garden? That's right. So that means Prince Juan approached the Louvre from the west side, somewhere over here. Sounds like we have a lot of places to visit. Where should we go first? We'll go to the garden. This is intense. Our feather-headed friends wander through the immaculately maintained Tuileries gardens. Nothing seems out of the ordinary until they spot a familiar face picking up litter by a tree line. Hey, Falcon, doesn't that groundskeeper over there look familiar? Yeah, now that I'm looking at him, he does look a lot like that photographer. What's his name? It's Robitio Rubinio, I got it. Salvador Serenado Bono Baguetto. Robito Robinho. I put a little Spanish on that one. Did someone call me? Oh, it's you. The lawyers who don't appreciate a masterful photograph when they see it. It's good to see that you gave up on your artsy dreams to pursue the more grounded career of groundskeeping. Hey, I'm not doing this willingly. I was given community service for committing perjury. Can you believe that? They gave me, an esteemed photographer, community service. Me! Yeah, I can believe that. Perjury is somewhat serious. You should be thankful that you got off without jail time. Pfft, you sound just like that self-righteous Judge Maxim. So, did you two want to ask me something, or are you just here to gawp? Personally, I'm just gawping. Actually, I do have a couple of questions, if you don't mind, Monsieur Robinho. So, here we go. How's that groundskeeping going? Terrible. Tourists are pigs. Sometimes literally. Look at all this rubbish I found. Beer bottles, tin cans, apple cores. And look what I picked up by the west entrance. A book page! Hey! A whole book I could understand, but a single page? What kind of blithering moron loses just one page? Wait one moment. May I take a closer look at that, monsieur? Don Quixote. That's a page from Don Quixote. May I take it off your hands, monsieur? Sure. What's it worth to you? What's it worth? It's trash. It's literally worthless. Then I suppose I'll be destroying it, as per my duties. Alright. I suppose you deserve a little compensation for your trouble. How about you give me the page and... 5 francs, Judge Maxime, get your photos in the Louvre. I'll talk to the judge. I am overriding this decision. I'll speak with Judge Maxime. I'll put in a good word and might be able to get your sentence reduced. Really? You'll do that for me? Thank you, monsieur. I would really appreciate that. Here, take the page. Page 44 of El Ingenioso Hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha has been added to your evidence folder. It was found in the garden. That's all you get. Did you want to ask something else? Have you met a Prince Juan? That's all. No, I'll just peace out. That's all. We'll let you get back to your work, Monsieur Robinho. Cool. Let's go to the Salle du Tibre, which Winterburn informs me is Tiber Hall. Alright. So this is the Salle du Tibre. If I understand Cocorico's notes correctly, this is the room the king and his entourage stopped in before heading to the Grand Gallery. This room doesn't seem to be very popular. I don't see anybody around to interrogate. Interview. Right, interview. Well, since it's quiet, maybe we should take the opportunity to do a little snooping. What would be the point? Surely all the interesting evidence would be in the Grand Gallery where the murder took place. Think about it, Falcon. The police would have already gone over the Grand Gallery with a fine-toothed comb. But I bet that numbskull Inspector Valetti didn't even think to check this room for clues. There might be a murder weapon just under our beaks. Your logic seems a little questionable, but it couldn't hurt to have a look, I suppose. All right. So, lots of stuff we can look at. A shiny copper urn. I guess it was used for carrying water, or for cremated remains. Probably not both at the same time. It smells good. Don't sniff the exhibit. Don't sniff the exhibit, Sparrowson. No, really. This urn smells amazing. It's almost chocolatey. You poor thing, you're hallucinating from hunger. Would you like to stop by a bakery on our way back to the office? Don't patronize me, Falcon. My nose never lies. I'm telling you, there's something in here. I can feel it. Now you're touching the exhibit? That's definitely a no-no. See? Look what I found in the urn. Put that down, Sparrowson. It's someone's old rubbish. No, look! It's a chocolate wrapper. Judging by the smell, the chocolate was bitter and dark. 70, perhaps 80% coca. Belgian in origin. The level of wrapper crumbling and the firmness of the chocolate residue indicate that this was discarded just a few days ago. Damn, Sparrowson. Yes, I am certain. The chocolate contained in this wrapper was undoubtedly consumed on the 7th of January, the day of the murder. Mon Dieu, Sparrowson, you deduced all that from smelling the wrapper? Imagine what I could work out if I tasted it. That won't be necessary. Sparrowson, if you could apply this level of critical thinking to areas outside of food, you would be the world's greatest detective. A good point, Ledger. Aren't dogs allergic to chocolate? I don't know if that applies to foxes, but it probably does. If only all evidence were edible. So, do you have an idea which shop this chocolate was purchased from? That might help us track down the person who consumed it. Oh, that's right. Major Howell was a dog. I was thinking the fox. They aren't allergic, but it is poisonous. Okay, fair enough. No, there's no possible way we can know that. I suppose we'll just have to visit every confectioner in town and sample every bit of merchandise for comparison. What a chore. Interesting, because I could see Lander Hagelslack's, Chocolate Emporium written on the wrapper. Well, you can't blame her for trying. Chocolate wrapper. Yep, it was found here, and the label reads what we just said. Hooray! Yay. Anything else? I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of stand or podium? Maybe it's just a decorative piece. It's a Roman doorstop. Roman doors were enormous marble slabs, so the doorstops had to be similarly large in order to stay in place. I don't think that's right. My uncle's a Roman historian. Trust me. These columns have been designed to look Roman. I think the style is Ionic. I think that's right. The scroll look, I think that is correct. It's not Ionic, Falcon. Iony is when a character says something, but the reader knows it means something completely different. Hey. That's not... Never mind. I don't even think that's what irony is either, despite the pun. It's like irony is what you least expect happens, but if you say one thing and mean something else, like that famous joke of, what was it, like a Freudian slip is when you say one thing but mean your mother. But like when you replace a word with another word that sounds like it but it's not what it actually means, like in Futurama, I would like to impose a toast. That's called malapropping. But yeah, I think that is ironic. You could tell by the top of the column there. I forgot what Doric looked like, but Corinthian had more like slanted lines and stuff. I see a cabinet full of engraved plates, mostly bronze. How much do you think they're worth? I don't know, 300 francs apiece at least. What? Are you serious? I'm in the wrong profession. I don't think archaeology works as a get-rich-quick scheme, Sparrowson. Who said anything about archaeology? I'm going to become a museum robber. Oh, well, that's one way to get rich quick. Nothing on the ceilings, huh? There's that. Another column. That'll be the end of it. This is some sort of ceremonial container. It's beautifully crafted, but what did it contain? Maybe it's an arcane wine cabinet? Don't be so ignorant, Falcon. This is a sacred Mesopotamian artifact gifted to Emperor Hadrian for his victory at Euphrates in 123 AD. Stop making stuff up. You and I both know nothing about Mesopotamia. Alright, you got me. This could be a hippo's chamber pot for all I know. A supporting column. It's holding the roof up. If the column were truly supportive, it wouldn't hold the roof up. It would encourage the roof to get to its location on time. Alright, I guess we can leave. What do I do? Hold... Yeah, the B's on the upper right. We're done here. For now, at least. We can't spend all day staring at Roman artifacts, I suppose. So, where to next? The gallery. Here we are, the Grand Gallery, the murder room. I believe the murder occurred right under the new painting. I see hundreds of paintings. Which one is the new one? I haven't the foggiest. We'll have to ask someone. Eric Pork, that's great, and yeah, Hedgehog. Please don't talk to me, please don't talk to me. Excuse me, monsieur, you look like you know your Mona Lisas from your last suppers. I don't want any attention. Maybe he isn't talking to me. Oh wait, that's not a hedgehog, it's a porcupine, because he's pork. I really dropped the ball on that one. Nope, he's definitely talking to me. Keep it together, Eric. Oh, hi. Would you happen to know which painting was unveiled on the 7th of January? The one the king came to visit? Oh, yeah, I can help you with that. It's the piece right behind you. Oh, okay, we saw that in the opening. Also, before I forget... Severin Cocorico, a successful and pompous public prosecutor, seems to have a love of philosophy and a hobby of humiliating Falcon. And Eric Pork, an art-loving porcupine who avoids socializing. Maybe he's afraid of hurting people if he gets too close. Ah, I see. It's a painting of the king himself. That's one noble-looking penguin. What do you think of it, Falcon? Is that like a joke? Like Emperor Penguin? What do I think? Well, I'm no art critic, but... Masterpiece, subtle and nuanced, I don't care for it. What do you think, chat? What is our opinion of the painting? I mean, it looks good, but it looks like a lot of the art in this game, so it's not like, oh, compared to all the paintings, like, all the art is like that really quality sketching look. Subtle, I don't care for it. Alright, we're leaning a little toward the subtle side. The careful brushstrokes, the pre-Raphaelite soft tones, and the subliminal use of light. This is contrasted, nuanced work. It's an evocative painting that alludes to a forgotten era. You said a lot of words, but I'm not sure if I'm any closer to knowing your opinion. I'm getting that the impression that you messieurs aren't regulars at art galleries? No, we're a right pair of Philistines. Speak for yourself, Falcon. I've never even been to the Middle East. Damn. There's a deep cut. That's pretty good. Then I'm guessing you're here to investigate the king's assassination attempt? That's right. We were actually hoping we could ask you a couple of questions about what you saw. Oh, I wasn't even in Paris when the murder took place. I didn't see anything. But, I have a friend who might be able to help out. What's this? R&M Associates, the home of Renard Phelps, private investigator? Alright, give me a second. It's gotta be another fox, right? Because, like, Vulpine, and even the Pokemon, Vulpix. Thank you, but I don't normally deal with these gray area of the law types, says the man who broke and entered. No, please, give the guy a chance. He helped me out of a bind before, and I'm sure he could do the same for you. Well, I'm not making any promises, but I'll keep hold of the card. We appreciate the help in any case. Oh yeah, the picture of the card is a fox anyway. It's no trouble. Oh, Renard is a mythical fox. Very nice. Yay, and it's evidence. Yep, private investigator. Okay. Thank you for your time, monsieur. Is there anything else we can do here? Well, ideally, we would turn the whole Grand Gallery upside down in our hunt for evidence, but that's not possible with so many people around. We should probably just move to another room. Alright, so, place to carousel? Are we all done investigating the Louvre? Yeah, let's call it a day. Let's make a move. Good call. We could always come back later if we've forgotten something. That's interesting, so you might actually show up to court with insufficient evidence. So welcome to January 12th, Wednesday. And now... so many places. But we'll go to La Canard Joyeux again. That will cost us time. Really, Falcon? I thought you were done with your mopey drinking. I'm not here to drink, Sparrowson, or mope for the matter. Taverns are a fantastic hub of information. If we wish to learn more about this Prince Juan, then this would be the ideal place to start asking questions. Oh, that's pretty good thinking. Ah, you two are back. Are you feeling any better, Falcon? Much better. Thank you for asking, Madame Quenelle. That's great to hear, hon. Will it be the usual? No, I'm back to investigative work today, so I've got to keep sharp. We wanted to know if you've seen a Prince of Spain around here recently? A Prince of Spain? I don't know if you've noticed, hon, but this isn't exactly the classiest pub in Paris. I'm lucky to serve the occasional bourgeois. You could forget about seeing a member of royalty. That's a pity. Maybe I should ask some of your patrons. Feel free. The old regulars, Rufus and Powell, are playing cards in the attic, same as always. But we get all sorts of colorful characters in the drinking room. I bet if you rattled enough cages, you would find someone who knows whatever it is you want to know. Thank you, madame. Let's see, where to start? Drinking room. So, there I was, in the grasslands, 10 kilometers downriver, rifle in hand. I had been pursuing this set of footprints for an hour. I was getting closer and closer. I could almost smell the beast. Then, I spotted it. It was a boar. A big, stupid boar, completely oblivious to my existence. I readied my gun. I carefully took aim. And then, BAM! You shot it? No, it was the most peculiar thing. The boar slumped over dead right before I could take the shot. Sounds like one of them heart attacks. Minan went the same way. That's what I thought, but when I went to take a closer look, I noticed the boar was frothing at the mouth. Whoa, it was rabid? Possible, but I don't think so. I remembered reading something about frothing around the mouth being a symptom of poisoning. Needless to say, I left the dead animal alone. Good call. Who wants to deal with tainted meat? Interesting. Let's ask about the prince. Excuse me, monsieur. What is it? I don't suppose you've seen a Juan Querido around here? He's Spanish royalty. Foxy fellow, swanky hat, calls everyone senor? That doesn't sound familiar. Do you recall seeing anyone like that, Piero? Ain't got a clue. Sorry, messieurs, you're barking up the wrong tree. Well, what can you tell us about the Spanish royal family? Do we look like walking encyclopedias or something? I'm afraid my compadre has a point. If you want to talk about hunting, then I'm your man. But Spanish royalty, that sounds like a question to be answered at a library, monsieur, not a tavern. A library? Maybe you're right. Sorry for bothering you, monsieur. Ask about the boar, leave them be. I think I'll just peace out. Let's give them some peace. And we are out of here. That card room is just going to be a mystery. Are we ready to hit the... Oh, are we ready to hit the road? Yep. Let's make a move. I love it. Okay. Well, I could go back to the bar should I so need to, so that's kind of nice. Otherwise, though... Bibliothèque cachée? Library. The humble hidden library contains a formidable collection of rare books and manuscripts. Also, by the way, Chocolate Emporium boasts to be the finest confectionery shop in all of Paris. Well, we'll do the library. We were recommended to check the library. Here for a little light reading, are we? Not quite, Sparrowson. I'm following the hunting beagle's advice. Don't eat poisoned pork? The other piece of advice, that if we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library. Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcon, I'm meaning to ask, since we're in a library and all, are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works? What do we say, chat? What is our preference for literature? And yeah, people talking in the chat about how legitimately dangerous pigs can be. He seems classic, stay classy. Alright, alright. I like the classics, you know, Alain René Lesage, Crébillon Field, that sort of thing. Don't try to act smart. I saw you reading that book of naughty limericks the other day. You didn't think I would notice because you put a dull-looking slipcover over it, but I knew, Falcon. I knew. Oh. Nathan? Oh my god, dude. Would you, messieurs, mind lowering your voices? I can hear you squawking from the other side of the building. Ah, my apologies, monsieur. We'll keep it down. Wait, you're a librarian, aren't you? An astute observation. Yes, monsieur. As the only quiet person in the library, I am most assuredly the librarian. Well, now that we have your attention, my friend wants to ask you something. I do? Oh, right, I do. Don Quixote, Spanish monarchy. Let's ask about that. You seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. I'm sure you're up to date on geopolitical news and the like. I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecilic question is on the back of your throat. Well, we understand that the Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are? What a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe. Yeah, but for the sake of those children who slept through that class, can you refresh our memories? Huh. Very well. Pay attention, because I am not repeating myself. The current reigning monarch of Spain is Queen Regnant Isabella II of the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. Upon her death, the crown would likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Although it is certainly possible that an immediate family member could stake a claim, however, the Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlists, headed by the Count of Montemolin. I hope that answers your question. Did you catch all of that, Sparrowson? Not a word. Monsieur, we're actually interested in a Prince Juan Querido of Spain. I don't think I heard that name in your explanation. A Prince Juan Querido? Is that what you said? Monsieur, I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain, and I'm not even sure Querido is a real name. It's certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy. How strange. What does this mean, Falcon? Well, one thing is for sure. Our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic, or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before the trial, but it may be in our interest to confront Prince Juan directly and get some answers. Right. Are you two quite done chit-chatting? Yeah, we're out. Don't worry, monsieur, I think we're done here. Thanks for your time. Huh. Then I bid you good day. Well, the good news is at least we didn't engage in any horseplay. Great. I stumbled on the joke. I stumbled! Alright, so at this point, where to go now? Well, back to prison. Wait, that's the High Court. Okay, the prison. Oh boy, awkward. You again? Visiting hours are over. Come back later. I have no time for your quibbling, monsieur. Stand aside. You can't talk to me like that. I most certainly can. We have reason to believe that you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. That is in direct violation of Statutes 204b and 488c of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with a request may result in you, yes, you, monsieur, being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action. All right, no need to break out the legalese on me. I'll go open the cell. Wow, Falcon. How'd you memorize those criminal codes? Memorize? Come on, Sparrowson, learn how to bluff. Nice. Ah, Senor Falcon. It is so good to see you again. You have some good news about my case, I hope. Also, real quick. Oh. What's this? Would these have been people in the card room, do you think? Fontaine, hunting beagle, seems like a bit of a gun nerd. Pierrot, a parrot with a big mouth, a big hat, and a big attitude. Nathan, an arrogant ass. Oh, okay. Who works at a local library. It's okay, I could call him an ass when I'm being literal. Nice. Alright. Confront politely, confront angrily. What should I do to this one? Chat? Politely or angrily? I'm definitely confronting him. Otherwise... Okay, I am seeing polite. We're mostly leaning with polite. Okay. Listen, Juan. In order to maximize our chances of a successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. I can't work with half-truths. If you tell me one thing and the prosecution's evidence tells me another, then we're both in trouble. I am afraid I don't quite follow, senor. Do you want me to spell it out? I know that you are not the Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Juan Querido. Where is this coming from? I assure you, senor, that I am who I claim to be. If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come, Sparrowson, we're leaving. Wait. Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all. Did you just say monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent? Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Querido is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. That was just a persona I concocted for the purpose of getting arrested. What's your real name? Why would you get arrested? Well, what's your real name? Well, either way. Yeah, we're leaning toward why. I might go through all of them, but we'll do why. Why would you want to get arrested? You're putting me in a difficult position, monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I'd be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story. I like stories. There was a girl, a mademoiselle, who was in a great deal of debt. Everyone has a debt these days, monsieur. Indeed, but this particular mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. The mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I will forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. That does sound Don Quixote-ish. The knight knew that the murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall on the mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I'm saying, monsieur? Yep. I understand, monsieur. To be honest, it wasn't the subtlest of allegories. Storytelling was never my strong suit. But I'm glad that you're seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds some light on the situation. If I might ask, monsieur, why did you not just go to the police with the information that you had? The police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem? I'll let you know when I figure it out, monsieur. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime. What's your real name? What's in a name? It's just an empty label, a vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I am Juan Querido, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Rare, a pauper living under the bridge of the sun. But that doesn't change who I am or what I do. That didn't really answer my question. No, I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect that you already know my real name. Yeah, are you the investigator? Oh. You are Renard Vulpes, private investigator. Outfoxed. Very astute. And you are Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney. But that wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Just like me. You know how to adopt a new persona on a whim. You changed your name, Falcon? I didn't know that. This isn't about me. Juan, Renard, Monsieur, we're trying to uncover the truth here. Of course. So what truth is it that you are attempting to uncover, Monsieur Falcon? That's all. I don't have any more questions for you, Juan. I think we've learned all we can for now. Really? I don't think that we've learned very much. Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget, could you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter? Ooh, it's a code question! Whether the birds have flown south? What is that? Some sort of code? Something like that, but rest assured, monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case. Well, if we have time, I'll be sure to let Mousy know. Let's make a move, Sparrowson. Trial day is approaching. Right. So we gotta go with the judge. I'll hold off on that, I'll hold off. Occasionally, special cinematic scenes marked by an exclamation mark will pop up on the map screen. These cinematic scenes are only available for one day before disappearing, but they take no time to visit. Their viewing is entirely optional. Wow. Huh. Maybe I should view this just for flavor then. Lelou. Huh. A storm is brewing, my brother. Word of the royal assassination attempt has spread. The proletariats grow confident. The bourgeoisie are cowering. It won't be long before we have rioting. This is intense. And then a revolution. Damn, okay. Wow. Something's building. Damn. Alright, so... R&M. Ooh, customers. Hello? Is this the office of Renard Vulpus? Ah! It's you two! Mousy, what are you doing here? Oh, this is where I work. See? R&M. Renard and Mousy. Monsieur Renard Vulpus and I carry out all sorts of investigations together. Although, to be completely honest, it's normally Monsieur Vulpus who chooses which cases to take on. Mousy, we have a message from you. It's from Prince Juan himself. He wants to know if the birds have flown south for the winter, whatever that means. Oh, yes, the birds have migrated successfully. But if Prince Juan told you that, then that must mean he trusts you. He must want you to take these. Go on, take them! These are used train ticket stubs? It looks like two people took a railway trip to Vienna. What exactly is the point of this, Mousy? Prince Juan said that they would help with the trial. See the names? Gautier Signy, Nicole Signy. I recognize the surname, but I don't know who these people are. Neither do I, really. Prince Juan just told me to book train tickets for these people and then to make sure they caught the train. And so that's what I did. Strange. I'm not sure exactly how the stubs are supposed to help with the trial, but I'll keep hold of them just in case. Yay. Yep. Let's go, Sparrowson. I'm done playing courier. Good call. Boom, we're out of here. Let's finally go talk to the flower girl. Remember that? The pair arrive at Lehal's market. And by the way, Signe, Singe, I don't know how to say it, but that's Swan, I think, and the flower girl is a swan. That was where we heard the name. Vendors and buskers, performers and thieves, bourgeois and peasants all bustle from place to place. Prince Juan said that he met a flower girl here. Signe, I think he said her name was. There's a swan with flowers over there. Do you think that's her? I think so. It's possible that she knows the murderer, or even that she is the murderer herself. So we should probably act with tact and finesse. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Flower Lady. We would like a word. Tact, Sparrowson, tact. We've been over this. Well, she is. Good day, messieurs. Are you interested in purchasing a flower? Yes, I wish to purchase a rose from milady. I'm afraid that I'm out of roses. I sold my last one a week ago. Perhaps you'd be satisfied with a chrysanthemum instead? 'Tis a beautiful flower from a fair maiden. Please don't mind Sparrowson. He fell out of his nest as a baby and has said dumb things ever since. Hey! Let me introduce myself. I am J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Are you Mademoiselle Signy? That's right, Catherine Marie Signy. I suppose you're here to ask about the royal assassination attempt? How did you know? I'm no fool, monsieur. I know that a rose I sold was used as the murder weapon. To be honest, I'm surprised it's taken so long for someone to directly question me. The Parisian police seem to have a habit of missing obvious leads, so do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? Business is slow. Please, ask away. Who bought the rose? I guess I'll do that. Mademoiselle, you mentioned that you sold your last rose a week ago. Who did you sell it to? The person who bought the rose, I didn't catch his name, but he was a charming red fox. Sounds like our Juan. I met him around a week ago on the 6th. We talked for a little while about the usual things, like how everyone seems to be in debt these days. Then he bought a rose and left. I hear that the fox is on trial, but to be honest, monsieur, I don't think he's guilty. Oh? Why's that? Well, actually, never mind. It's just a gut feeling. I will ease off on this one. I understand, mademoiselle. If you remember anything specific, please don't hesitate to get in contact with us. Did you want anything else? Where'd you get your flowers from? Normally I gather them from the wild. Last week I found these chrysanthemums on the city limits, and that's the same place I discovered this monk's hood. But since it's still winter, I have to buy a lot of my flowers from a merchant who traveled to Italy and the Netherlands. That's how I acquired the rose. What can you tell us about this particular merchant? Not a lot, monsieur. He's just an old man who passes through Paris a few times a year, selling his goods and wares. I see. No chance of him being a super secret assassin? No, monsieur. Did you want to ask something else? That's all. Thank you for your time, mademoiselle. Hold on, monsieur. Before you leave, are you sure that you don't want to buy some flowers? I'll even cut you a deal. Only 10 francs for this assortment of chrysanthemums and monkswoods. 10 francs for flowers. It's a little steep. Steep? Monsieur, I challenge you to find cheaper flowers in January. So chat, what do you think? Should I spend 10 francs on the flowers? This is optional, I believe. I don't know if it affects anything, but I can do it. I believe I have 59 francs. Should I go for it? Or should we save the money because it's a sizable chunk of change? Possibly evidence. Alright, yeah, we're leaning toward yes. Yeah, everyone's saying yes. Okay, I'll take a bunch. They can brighten up the office. Thank you very much, monsieur. Here you go. Chrysanthemum. It actually is evidence. I didn't expect that. That's it. Just a chrysanthemum. And monk's hood. Okay. I don't claim to be a flower expert or anything, but chrysanthemums and monkshood are a weird choice. I suppose it is a bit strange, isn't it? The other flower sellers stick to popular, dull flowers like tulips and roses. But I like these particular flowers because they are rebellious. I'm sorry, the flowers are rebellious? They stuck it out and managed to bloom in the middle of January. The flowers fought nature. They overcame insurmountable odds. It's quite an amazing thing to see. I think I get it. You don't need to humor me. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not at all. This has been a pleasant discussion. Have a good day, mademoiselle. And you, messieurs. Yay! Well, it's the Palace of Justice. Once again, Falcon and Sparrowson find themselves waiting outside the doors of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Yeah, the ticket stubs are probably for her parents. That would make sense. Because, yeah, the one threatening her said he would take it out on her parents. Now they're gone. Are you feeling nervous, Falcon? Yes, no, nothing. Chat, what should I say for this one? Does it matter? I don't think this will critically affect anything, but we get a little flavor here. I see leaning toward yes. I see leaning toward no. Oh man, it's I don't know, an attitude in the balance. Leaning a little more toward yes, though. Of course I'm nervous. What have we learned about Prince Juan? What do we know about the real murderer? Nothing. Easy there, Falcon. We can do this. They're still pushing the Spanish theme. Senor Falcon, I trust everything is in order? Because he still has to maintain his identity for everyone else. Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. Ah, such confidence. That's magnificent to see. And bringing the truth to light, you say? An admirable goal. No more jousting and imaginary giants. Again, a Don Quixote reference. All of you cease your yammering. The door's opening. Here we go. Buena suerte, Senor Falcon. Which is good luck. We will. That doesn't make sense. That's great. Are we ready? We're ready. Okay. JJ. Severin. Nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. This whole courtroom is nervous. Whoa, cool your feathers, Falcon. Huh, terrible. You can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. But if this is how you act before the trial is even started... Why, you pompous-tailed posture perfect... Oh. Order, order. Let's all settle down. Court is now in session. They were wolves in that interstitial scene, weren't there? I don't know if this is one of the guys, but... Psst, Falcon! What is it? Is it me, or does the primary judge look hairier today? That's a different judge to the one who resided over Dame Cataline's trial, you doofus. Oh. Still, it's a little strange, isn't it? Is there going to be like an overarching plot? So chat, do you think it's a little strange or not really? Yeah, Dragon Ace, now that you mention it, this tune is familiar. I couldn't place it off the top of my head, but I think I have heard this. In any case, I'm getting conflicting opinions on whether we are finding this a little off. Looks like we're leaning a little bit toward a little bit. It is a little, I suppose. Excuse me, Your Honor. I was under the impression that Judge Maxime would be residing over this case. Where is he? Judge Maxime has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. This is suspicious. But rest assured, assessors, prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury, that I am more than qualified to fill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get this show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Querido, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell and of conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call. The defense is present and ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Good. Very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy. Well said, Your Honor. I expect that once the court sees this overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes. 5 minutes? He's just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together. So we're all on the same page? Excellent. Prosecutor, please call your first witness at the stand. Very well. I call the police officer who investigated the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Giusti Valerti. Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath. Hey! I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Also, pardon me. Catherine Marie Singh. Swan works as a flower seller. Soft-spoken. What's she hiding? The judge. Judge Romulus. Come on, dude. A snappy judge who seems eager to wrap up trials as quickly as possible. What's this guy's problem? Romulus. That's regarding the founding of Rome. It was, you know, the two boys, Romulus and Remus, who were raised by wolves. Please recite your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Inspector Giusti Valerti. I am a servant of the law, a scourge of the gutter rats. That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before. Whoa, Cocorico is really going for a speed record, isn't he? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? Of course. Oh, I read Romulus's name already. It might not have registered for me. At 10 o'clock in the morning, god damn, I was called to the Louvre's Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Did he just say o'clock? There, I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in hand, and around 24 citizens. The citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand and then promptly dropping dead. And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse? The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Aside from a prick upon the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Yeah, they're really pushing this, external versus internal, because dogs and chocolate. Therefore, the poisoned rose must have been the cause of death. Putting the pieces together, that does seem very implicative of the prince. I have no further questions. Damn, I was hoping that the coroner's report would determine that the guy died from a freak heart attack or something. That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony. Right, I'll tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness. Falcon, wasn't it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. I just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. Ugh, this sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it. For now. Go on, Falcon, do your cross-examination. Cross-examination, here it comes. Okay, we will ask about the poisoning, of course. Inspector, you say that the coroner determined with certainty that Major Hal was killed by poison? Correct. He stated the signs and symptoms were textbook. There was no possibility that his death was natural. Well then. How was he poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism? His finger was pricked by the poisoned rose. He even commented out loud about it, seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attested to seeing and hearing this. Is there any possibility that he was poisoned by something else? What an absurd thing to ask, JJ. You just heard that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? That the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning? That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt that Major Hal was poisoned, but I do doubt that the rose was the cause. Unbelievable! Only a total buffoon could fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basics of cause and effect, I'll end this discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense that you found traces of poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt that the rose was, in fact, the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. I dread to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious that the rose caused the poisoning, given the timing of the incident. Well then, now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvelous thought. We prick the finger of the defendant with the rose. If there is no poison on the rose, then Prince Juan lives and he is free to go. If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies. But that's okay, because the punishment would be just and fitting of the crime. A marvelous suggestion. What is this, a witch trial? This isn't America, Severin. Wow, that's not how we do things here. Calm your feathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. Actually, we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all. Why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes. Such unprofessionalism. If we have no way to know whether the rose was poisoned, then this whole trial ought to be called into question. Nice try, JJ, but through the process of reasoning by elimination, we can still deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning. Wrong! There was something else at the crime scene that could have contained the poison. Something the investigative police blindly overlooked. By the way, for the record, it is possible for me to actually lose this trial if I didn't find this item. So we got the chocolate wrapper. Look at this. What am I supposed to be looking at? It is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found at the Louvre La Salle de Toubre, to be precise, and we can date its consumption to the day of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Hal ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am. Hell, it could have been regular chocolate. Innocent, perhaps? Intriguing. Oh, no one says what a twist this time? Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector? The police force does not have the time nor resources to trawl every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it. Astounding unprofessionalism. The prosecution is right to be disgusted. The children are right to laugh at you, Ralph. These things couldn't cut butter. What a disgraceful display, Inspector. I feel bad for this guy, though. Like, he is screwing up, but he's just getting blasted by every judge in front of everybody. I offer my apologies, Your Honor. I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damned job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself. As you wish. I'll take my leave. Until next time, messieurs. So let me get this straight. This chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene? Correct. And you have reason to believe that it was consumed on the day of the incident? I do. I have an expert food-tasting witness who is willing to testify if need be. You have a foodie witness? I don't recall anyone like that. Who on earth are you talking about, Falcon? Oh, I see. But do you know for certain that Major Howell consumed this chocolate? Well, that is a fact that we are still investigating. I see. And do you have evidence that this chocolate was, in fact, poisoned? Again, that is something that may require a little more time to definitively prove. So then, in actuality, you do not have evidence that Major Howell consumed some poisoned chocolate. Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you plucked straight out of the gutter. That's weak, even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have another witness I would like to summon. He is a man who claims to have had an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley. Could the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I get it. He's got a fishing rod because he's a kingfisher? Eh? Yeah. A fisherman in denial. Alright. Oh, right, the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please state your full name and occupation for the court record. My name is Toussaint Kingsley, and I am a person who fishes. A person who fishes? So you are a fisherman. Oh, is that how it is? I thought the French justice system was better than this. I beg your pardon? Here comes Toussaint Kingsley, the kingfisher. Clearly he must be a fisherman, 'cause didn't you hear? All kingfishers are fishermen. Well, you are carrying a fishing rod. And? Can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel, and bait without being branded a fisherman? Look, the prosecutor's carrying a riding crop. Clearly he must be a horse jockey. Oh, for pity's sake, fine, we can list your occupation as person who fishes and not fisherman. Thank you. Actually, why do you carry a riding crop, Severin? I've never seen you ride a horse. I don't know, JJ. Why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane? I mean, weren't swagger sticks a thing? This is veering quite far off the course. Could the prosecution please get back to his questions? Of course, Your Honor. Monsieur Kingsley, is it true that you were nearby the Louvre at the time of the incident? Yes, I was sitting upon a railing of the Pont des Arts. The Pont des Arts, that's the new bridge that's just a stone's throw from the Louvre's south entrance, correct? That's right. And what were you doing at the time of the incident? I was fishing. Kingfishers. Am I right, Falcon? So you would have had plenty of opportunity to see the people who entered and exited the palace. Can you tell us who you saw? Well, the Louvre's a busy place. Naturally, I saw a lot of people. But at 9 a.m., I saw the king, Louis-Philippe himself, enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Then around 9:30 a.m., I saw this shifty-looking fox lurking around the entrance. Your Honor, I object to the witness's use of the term shifty-looking. It is a vague and biased description. No, really, he looked super shifty. I saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. To be fair, the fox was actively attempting to be arrested. And then I saw him take out a rose and carefully rub the stem. Rub the stem of a rose, you say? As if he were applying something to the flower, perhaps? Well, mister, I really shouldn't speculate. Of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question. But yeah, it definitely looked like he was putting some sort of powder on the stem. Wow, even I wasn't expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, it sounds like what we have here is a direct witnessing of the defendant readying the murder weapon. The defense claims that the rose was never poisoned, and yet, here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes. I smell perjury. You do? No question. He saw a shifty-looking criminal readying poison and cackling near the scene of the crime. That's not believable at all. I think you might be right. I wonder if I have any evidence that calls Toussaint's story into doubt. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Oh boy. Really? This nonsense again? You just heard the witness directly describe your client readying poison on a rose. What is there to question? I'm just trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor. Ugh! Fine. Do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Go make a fool out of yourself. Man, this is awkward. So select a statement to question. We'll act about the first thing, or ask about it, the Pont des Arts. Monsieur Kingsley, you say that you were sitting upon the railings of the Pont des Arts on the morning of the incident. Yep. Okay, so... which entrances can you see from that bridge? You had a good view of the Louvre South entrance, didn't you? Yeah, we have that map. Yup. The Pont des Arts is a great vantage point for seeing the Grand Gallery's south side. What about the other entrances? The other entrances? You mean like if you were entering from Tuileries Gardens or the Place de Carrousel? No, I couldn't possibly see those areas from the bridge. But of course, that isn't relevant. Monsieur Kingsley witnessed Prince Juan entering the south entrance with flower in hand, and that's what counts. Well, what if he used another entrance? What if he didn't enter from the south entrance? What if he approached the Louvre from the gardens to the west? That's a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from Tuileries Gardens? We do! We found evidence in the gardens, which again, this could cost us if I didn't find that book page. As a matter of fact, yes, I do. I have definitive proof that Prince Juan approached from the west, not the south. Hey, I know what I saw, monsieur. I'm doubtful too. Go on, JJ. Show us this definitive proof that Prince Juan entered from the Louvre from Tuileries Gardens. Don Quixote. Look at this. A book page. Page 44 careful now, of Don Quixote specifically. It was found just outside the Louvre's west entrance. This proves nothing. I'm not done yet. Take a look at this. Don Quixote. This is the book Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he has had it on his person for some time. And yes, page 44 is missing. That was the first thing I checked. You do realize what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present in Tuileries Gardens prior to entering the Louvre. This also means that in all likelihood, the defendant entered the Louvre from the west entrance, not the south. He could not possibly have been seen by Monsieur Kingsley from the Pont des Arts. What? I know what I saw, monsieur. A fine theory, Falcon, but maybe the defendant took the long way around. One can still travel from the Tuileries to the Louvre south entrance by walking along the river. An extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy the pre-murder scenery. Let's not say silly things, Cocorico. Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left the page there to mislead the investigation. Now you're the one who's blindly speculating. It's not blind speculation, it's a viable hypothesis. You are fond of logic, aren't you, Cocorico? Let's talk about Occam's razor. When torn between 2 seemingly equal hypotheses, we must side with the one that imposes the fewest assumptions. Which of these theories takes fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's book fell out on his way to the Louvre South entrance. 2. He deliberately planted the page on the off chance that it would be discovered, then he took the long way around. How dare you? The nerve of you to lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts! I'll stop lecturing you when you stop making such basic mistakes. Monsieur Falcon, please calm yourself. What is the point of all this yammering? The ultimate point is that Toussaint's testimony is fabricated, made up, utter fiction. No! Everything I've said is the truth. I suspect that the witness isn't even a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman. See, he admits it himself. That's not what I meant. I'm still wondering, though, maybe he's not lying. Maybe he saw another fox or even a wolf. Could it have been a wolf? Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant falcon in his place, don't you? I must concede. You concede? On this point, at least, Falcon's evidence strongly suggests that the key component of Monsieur Kingsley's testimony is false. Ah, no! This doesn't mean that Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcon has demonstrated is that this particular witness is unreliable. But I did see something! I really did! Alright, so maybe I didn't exactly see a shifty-looking fox. I made that part of the story up. But I did see a swan lurking around the south entrance on the morning of the murder. A swan. Do shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say? Your Honor, Judge Romulus, we're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue to start on the hare versus tortoise trial. Come on now. It's that late already. Curses. I was hoping we could have the case wrapped up in a single trial session. It is a shame, but ultimately an accurate sentencing is always preferable to a speedy sentencing. Yes, all right, I don't need to hear your moralizing. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st of January at 9 o'clock. Don't be late. Prosecutor, do your damn job. Get this stupid fox a conviction already. I will do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honor. Alright, so here's my theory. The judge obviously has it out for the fox. Is he aware that the fox took the fall for the swan because he's the one who had the swan under his thumb? Is it Romulus all along? Because there was talk from the fox about where do you go when the justice system doesn't help? Interesting. A lot came up in that trial, huh? Yeah, no doubt about that. But something's bothering me. Why would that fisherman guy, Monsieur Kingsley, lie on the witness stand? Coerced. It's possible that he was coerced or bribed. That's just what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman into making up a story about Prince Juan. Let's keep an open mind. Anything is possible at this stage. But to be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial. Chat, what should I choose? The fox, the wolf, or the swan? It sounds like everybody has something going on, so take your pick. Oh, Reynard's theme is Charles Tournemire, the Third Symphony, Moscow. Interesting. I see a vote for the swan. I see a vote for the judge. We're leaning more judge. I'm not surprised. The guy's openly hostile. Judge Romulus. He's acting without a shred of professionalism. He's obviously more interested in securing a guilty verdict than he is in discovering the truth. But why? Maybe he has a vendetta against Spanish royalty. Yeah, but there is no Spanish royalty. Like, at least not the Spanish Prince Juan Querida. I'm not so sure. There must be something else at work here. Excuse me? Excuse me, Monsieur Falcon? Oh, wow. Sorry to bother you, but this letter just arrived. I think it's for you. A letter from me? I wonder why it wasn't sent to my office. Have you been demoted to courier status, Rupert? Oh, hush, hush, Sparrowson. I don't need to be pitied by a first-year dropout. Ouch. Oh, good comeback. So what does the letter say, Falcon? It's a threat. A threat made with cut-out newspaper letters. Whoa, I didn't know those things actually existed. Let me see. Falcon, stop your investigation or there will be consequences. I'm trying to see if there's anything within the capital letters, but I don't think so. Scary. There is no question that this letter originated from Major Howell's murderer. He or she must be aware that we are getting close to uncovering the truth. Sounds about right, but why would a person write with cut-out newspaper letters like this? Masking one's handwriting would be the most common reason, although I can't help but wonder why they would bother, since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to. We're still going ahead with our investigation, though, right? Yep. Nope. Oh, yes, absolutely. If a lawyer were deterred every time they received a threatening letter, they would never get any work done. Besides, with only 3 days before the next trial session, we can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow, you're right. Let's make those days count. Boom. A new day. Well, we are between investigation things. Can I... Good, I can save and quit. We actually have an interlude. We got more investigating to do. This case is not over yet. So, as exciting as this is where I'm going to have to stop for now. So thank you very much for watching the stream, and have a wonderful night.